Our third recipient will receive the Distinguished Alumni Award. The award is presented to alumni of Northern Casco that had impact on the community. Steve Muhs attended elementary, middle school, and high school in Argosville and was very active in school activities including band, choir, drama, basketball, track, and baseball. He was a member of the first graduating class from Cass Valley North in 1977. After graduation, he received an appointment to the United States Air Force Academy and graduated from the Academy with a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and a commission as a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force. He retired from the Air Force in 2007 at the rank of colonel after a distinguished 26-year career. In 2010, he applied for the Senior Aerospace Science Instructor for the Fargo Public School District Air Force Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps and was offered the position. In his current position, he leads over 100 cadets from 5 different high schools. I happen to know someone who had worked with Steve, and I asked them about him. They said he is a dedicated and committed human being who is driven and focused on being the best version of himself so others can be the best version they can be. Please give a round of applause and welcome Stephen Muhs to the podium.
First off, I'd like to thank everybody involved in nominating me and picking me for this award. I was thinking a few days ago, why did they pick me? And it dawned on me. I was here a few years ago to speak for my dad when he was inducted in the Hall of Fame. I just imagine my speech must have been so good that they wanted me. Not really. But I guess the first time I really talked in front of a big audience was about 40 years ago at our high school graduation. Dean remembers that. I was fortunate enough to be the valedictorian, co-valedictorian of my graduating class, me and Laura Leibachuk. And one of our responsibilities was to speak at graduation, which was kind of terrifying for a high school senior. So, like any good high school senior, I kind of put off writing the speech for a while. My mom and dad kept saying, when are you going to write the speech? I said, don't worry, I'll get around to it. Well, the day before, I finally sat down at the kitchen table and I started writing things down, and Mom would walk by about every 10, 15 minutes. How's it going? How's it going? Can I read the speech? I said, no, you can't read the speech. I said, you can hear it tomorrow and everybody else hears it. So as I'm sitting there writing the speech, I think back to my English teachers and all the things I learned about speech preparation. They always told us, start off with something that's will catch their attention. A funny story, a funny joke, and so I said, okay, I'll do that. So I got on the stage the next day and I welcomed everybody to graduation. I thanked them for coming. And I told them a little story. I said I was walking down the hallway, and Dean might remember this, I don't know. I was walking down the hallway and some of you other folks were there, probably remembered also. I was walking down the hallway the other day and one of the other classmen, Tim Bergman, pulled me aside and said, hey Steve, I hear you're valedictorian. Congratulations, that's a great honor, man. That's unbelievable. He goes, one of my goals, when I'm a senior, I want to be valedictorian in my class. He goes, do you have any hints on what I should do to prepare for that? I said, Tim, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I turned around, my dad was sitting back there, so the superintendent said, right, Dad? I got a little bit of a giggle. And the rest of my speech, I don't remember what that was about. That was about it. But little did I know how prophetic those words were. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Because we don't achieve things without the people that help us along the way. And I've had hundreds of people through my lifetime that have been very beneficial to me and helped me along to get where I'm at today. I probably sit for probably 10 or 15 minutes naming off names of people that I've had when I was in high school, in the military, now in the school system. I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm going to focus on 3 groups I think had probably the most critical impact on my life. The first one is my family, my mom and dad. I look back and I probably took for granted how good a life I had. It really wasn't until I started teaching school that I realized, man, I was a lucky kid. Because every day I'll run into kids that don't have the type of life that I had, the family upbringing. In fact, this last Monday I was talking to one of my cadets and I said, hey, how was your weekend? He goes, sir, it wasn't that good. I said, well, what happened? He goes, well, And my mom and dad are divorced. My dad came over and they got in an argument and he started attacking her and I had to stand in between them and I'm going, oh man, that's tough for a teenager to have to deal with those type of things. I didn't have those things when I was growing up. I had a very stable home and everything was great. So I'm very thankful to my parents for all that upbringing they gave to me. And then the next group was my teachers, both Argosville and Castori North. As Dr. Steiner said, I was very fortunate to get an appointment to the Air Force Academy. And I remember 26 June 1977, sitting on an airplane at Hector Field, looking out the window at the old terminal. Back then it was the terminal. And thinking to myself, what am I doing? I was heading off to Colorado to go to the Air Force Academy by myself. Never been to Colorado, let alone the Air Force Academy. Second time on an airplane, and I'm going, oh my God, this is going to be, I knew I was in for a challenge. I was going to challenge me both physically and mentally. But I really didn't know what was ahead for me. Well, the first 6 to 8 weeks is cadet basic training. And yeah, I got challenged physically and mentally. A lot of yelling, a lot of running, a lot of push-ups. But little did I know that was just the tip of the iceberg because the real challenge started after basic training, and that was the school year. I didn't really understand that the Air Force Academy was one of the top engineering schools in the country. And there were over 4,000 students there from across the country that were like me, the valedictorian of the classes, top of their class, top 10%, a lot of smart guys. But the difference between them and me is I was from little CVN. 15 kids in the graduating class, 100 kids in kindergarten through 12th grade, against kids that were coming from California, New York, Illinois, from these huge high schools that had all these special programs that we didn't have. I said, man, how can I compete with these guys? And then I got my schedule, my class schedule. 21 semester hours. An average freshman in college probably takes 15. I'm taking 6 more semester hours. And I didn't have any basket weaving classes in there. It was like electrical engineering, astrodynamics, thermodynamics, mechanical engineering, computer science, and they actually gave us some English and history also. I'm going, man, how am I going to do this stuff? Well, it didn't take me long. The school year started off, and a few weeks into the school year, I realized that, guess what? I had been prepared. My teachers did do a good job. I did have what it takes. In fact, I was better in a lot of cases in English and math and science than those kids from New York and California because of my teachers. Teachers like Grace Music, like Blair Lindgren, like Sandy Tridall, like Joy Racknerud. Again, they prepared me for one of the top colleges in the country. I'm very appreciative to them. Then the last group I want to thank, or last person I want to thank, sitting right there, Toots. Ask Susie about why I call her Toots, but we'll get to that later. It's another long story.
This is your night.
Huh?
This is your night.
That's my name, okay. But next person I met not long after my first assignment in the Air Force. My first assignment out of the Air Force Academy was the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. And there was this lifeguard at my swimming pool, sitting right there. And she's been key to my success in the Air Force. Without her, I never would have made it where I made it. We moved over 11 times around the world in the Air Force, and every time she never complained. I was home for about 2 days to help move things in, and then I left and went to work. I focused on my career and focused on serving my country, because I knew she could handle things at home with our 4 kids. And so she had to deal with getting the kids in school and organizing the house, and I just had to do the job. So that was kind of easy. So thanks to her also. So the bottom line is, like I said in my high school graduation speech, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I've been very fortunate to know a lot of good people through the years that have helped me get to this point. So that's all I got. Thank you very much. Have a great night.